Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's get everybody in here for our second week. Our second week. Today is the start of our second week. All right. If you know, or if you don't know, this is the Marian Ghana Show. Each week, we have a new thing that we go through, that we talk to our guests, and we discuss here on Instagram. Replay on our YouTube channel under the same name, the Marian Ghana Show. And in case y'all don't know, this week theme is cheating a deal breaker. What do I mean by that? We see these days a lot of women. Every time you hear about a broken relationships, half the time you hear, oh, because they cheated. But is cheating a real deal breaker? Because there are many scenarios then where, there are many scenarios where women, whether in relationships or even through marriage, still stay together, even when a man cheats. But then you have the other half that says they out the door the first time they find out about it. Then what happens after that? Broken relationships. It's one thing for it to be a relationship, boyfriend-girlfriend thing. Because as I say, at the end of the day, you're still single until you're married. So what happens with that, after divorce, things are never the same. Not only psychologically, but financially. See, a lot of women break their homes over the very thing they say all men do. They would say all men cheat. But then when they go through it, they want to break their homes over what they say, what they claim all men do in the first place. So you go into these relationships or these marriages saying that all men cheat. So then when the man does cheat, some of you out the door, broken home, no father in the home, no financial support from the man, at least full financial support in the home, to keep the generations flowing, to keep us out of poverty. So today, I'm asking, is cheating really a deal breaker? And if so, why? There's a difference between men and women, as they say. You see, women, they cheat with their hearts. When a woman cheats on a man, it's because 9 times out of 10, her heart is with someone else. She feels a sense of emotional attachment to that person. Not just physical. Most times, more so than not, is emotional attachment. With men, the majority of men who do what they do, there's no emotions attached in it. There's no emotions. Men just do it, most men do it in order to go out and conquer. Like I was talking about the movie, if you guys haven't seen it, Side of America, you've seen Coming to America. My man was Prince, what was his name? What's Eddie Murphy name in a flick? Prince Hakeem. So he was expected to go about and sow his royal oats when it came to America, because that was just a normal thing to do. Most women look at it like men have all their sex early on, and then when they ready to get married and settle down, and then that's it. That's true with some, depending on the age. But my thing is, I'm trying to understand why women get in relationships with men who are in their 20s and early 30s. And then when infidelity enters the picture, I'm talking about marriage, not boyfriend, girlfriend. Because like I said, you're still single. It's always single until you're married. But some people go into these marriages with people in their 20s, men in their 20s. Why? It's illogical for women to actually think that a man in his 20s, especially a man who has the ability to not only provide for himself, but for that woman and his family. A man who has the ability to go out and see more, have more options. most men are not marriage-minded until the age of 35 and above. And even becoming marriage-minded, most men don't actually feel the necessity to marry until their late 30s, early 40s. So, with this said, I'm asking the question, is this truly a deal breaker? And before you make up your mind about your answer, I always ask this. If that's the case, take your favorite entertainer, whether it be a celebrity, movies, music artist, whatever it may be. If 1 week from now they found you on the streets, spoke to you, said, hey, I'd like to get to know you, and mind you, this is your favorite music artist, celebrity, whatever, you had a crush on them since when? Since forever. And a year later you found yourself married. Now they're rich and famous and handsome. They step out on you. Would you leave them then? Or is it that you only leave a man when he's not financially stable in his life? Really, we got to talk about it. We have to talk about this. Because I don't quite believe women when they say that's a deal breaker. It seems like it's circumstantial. And why is it circumstantial? Why is it that someone who's rich, handsome, with plenty of money, you'll still stay with, but a man who doesn't have much, you'll walk away from just like that? I want to know. So, as we always do, I'm going to take my 30-second break. And if you're coming on, send a request so by the time I get back, we can get started and get into this. Ah, that wasn't planned right there. That wasn't planned either. So, I got my foot on a pedal like I'm in a car or something. Yeah, so I think that's better. All right, can't just say hi. Gotta send a request so you can get on. So, as we're discussing, is it truly a deal breaker? Have you been cheated on? How long after the first incident did you stay in a relationship? Or did you leave right away? Because most females, most ladies who have more than one relationship, more than likely, if they're in their 20s, they dealt with this. And for a lot of ladies, there are certain men that they would still stay with even after the so-called cheating. But for other men, they'd be like, oh no, once is enough. I'm out the door. So, do you ladies even know why that is? I mean, I think I know. But it seems like we men know a lot more and understand things a lot, more intricately. We don't really deal with our lives off emotions. We do that in our teens, maybe in 20s or whatever. But by the time we're in our 30s and so on, everything we do is a logical move that we take in life, logical decisions. Women, they base a lot of things off emotions, and that's what gets a lot of families destroyed. Even though I'm here talking to the ladies a lot, don't get it twisted. My stance is for men. My stance will always be for man first. Man was put here first. But these are just discussions that needs to happen in order, instead of having gender wars, we can learn how to come together and understand each other better. I mean, because there was a time that it was a normalcy, even in Africa, for a man to have more than one wife and concubines. Even, beyond biblical days, before Abraham and after. It was a normalcy. So what happened? What changed everything? I mean, even on the continent, not just too many generations ago, that was practiced in the majority of the countries on the continent. So what happened? Because then you had many homes that stayed homes. Now there are so many homes that are just so broken. And as I said before, the majority of homes get broken over the emotionalism or emotional feelings of a female. If females thought logically, they would put their home and their family first and not their feelings and emotion. But this is who we are. There's man and there's woman. There are various differences between the two species. So we need to figure out how can we keep our homes together once we're determined to get married. And for the females, why is it that what was normal before is no longer normal? I'm not saying either way which is right or which is wrong. I'm just throwing ideas out there, things that you could pick up on and think inside your head and say, you know what, maybe that's something I need to think about. So that's where we are. So being that's where we are, how are we going to get through this? How are we going to keep our homes together? And if you're determined to get married, the type of man you want to marry, does it make a difference if you get a man that you had no idea you was going to marry and the cheating aspect comes differently to you? But if it's a man that you always dreamed of marrying, that's the cheating aspect comes differently to you also. So which one is it? Either it's right or it's wrong. Either you're not going to stand for it or you will. But it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like it determines the type of man that you're with, whether you're going to take it or not. I want to know if what I'm saying is correct. If it's not, let me know. If it is, let me know. So that's where we are. So like I said, send your requests in so we can get this conversation started. Gonna play some music. If I could find my music. Where's my music? I think I downloaded my music. Alright, let me see. What the heck is my music? I think. Oh, come on. So I'm gonna get like some music to play up here in the background and see how that goes. Should have thought about this early on though. Unfortunately, I didn't. All right, this new track. It's from my next single titled After Me. Hopefully get this out this coming June 2022. Back to that day low. All right, I think that's enough. All right. Getting the waves, I'm getting the hellos. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all hello doesn't really, I don't know, let me see. I don't know, let me see how this works. I don't know if this. Yeah. Like I said, I keep saying hi, 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 hello, but okay, you gotta join though. You gotta send an invite, and hope you know how to do that. All right. Anyway, like say like a lot of people love DeVito or the P Square brothers or whoever it may be. These men have women. They live a life of luxury, flamboyantness, but they be with beautiful girls. These very girls know that these men are not going to be faithful. And the same thing with entertainers and ball players, whether it's football, basketball, whatever. But these women will still attach themselves to these men who they know live a lifestyle that is not going to be favorable when it comes to loyalty, as far as, that's concerned. But they would still link themselves to these men. They would still go and rock hard after these men. They would do anything to be with these men. But then turn around when a man is not a celebrity, rich and famous athlete, say, oh, I'm not going to accept cheating. Doesn't really make any sense. So y'all got to figure out why that is. Why is it one way for one man and another way for another man? And I think we all know the answer to that. The answer always comes back to money. Take Bill Gates for an example. Bill Gates, a billionaire, one of the wealthiest men on the planet. What happened with the Bill Gates episode? He was married to his wife for so many decades, but he still had his girl on the side. And she allowed that to go on for so long. She didn't leave him. For a long period of time, she wasn't trying to leave him. For 30 whatever years, she wasn't trying to leave him. But she stayed in that marriage, knowing that this man had other women. But look at Bill Gates. Not a handsome man. But he had the one thing that motivated her to stay. And that was his financial resources. And I truly believe that's the case. Financial resources changes a lot of things. It really does. When you're broke and don't have anything, it's easier to walk away from a person who does you wrong versus a person who has so much to offer you and so much for you to benefit off that you're not going to let something simple as, oh, what y'all say, oh, he's just being a man. That's what men do. You're not going to let that go to the point that you're just going to walk away from all of that. And then do what? Roll the dice in hopes that you find someone else who could do the same things? It's not really, it's just not how should I say? It's not great decision making. And then someone will throw in, oh, well, the abuse. We all know that. You walk away from that. We're speaking about one particular issue. And that's infidelity in relationships. And again, I hate to say relationships, but we're going to allow that to be today. Relationships or marriage. What is this stance on infidelity? We know how men think. We well know that 98% of men in this world, if they find it out, especially if they don't have any ties financially or any businesses together, they're going to walk away from it. Because men understand that when a woman gives herself away, it's more than just a physical issue. It's spiritual, mental, psychological, emotional. So a woman have to build up all these things in order to transfer all them attributes to another man before she can lay with him. Now you got what you call the 304s and the thoughts out there that'll just sleep with any man, because they don't care. But we're not talking about them. That's why I say we're trying to stay away from the lower class discussion. We're trying to stick with the 3 to 4 levels. The 4 levels are lower, middle, upper, and elite. So lower, middle, upper, elite status with men and women. So lower, let's nix that. Let's stay away from that. Let them have their own. Let them be in their own world. But for us, middle, upper, and elite, we need to figure this out so that we can work better with each other. If we figure this out, we could go a long way. We could go a long way. I think, let me do one thing real quick. All right, I didn't know it was paused, but here we are. So, again, what is the reasoning behind it? I say that it works like this. You take a woman, take a young lady, say young lady 25 years old, ready to marry a man. She marries him. He's the financially capable, good-looking guy that she always wanted. They're together, have a couple kids, the man step out, she finds out about it, she's angry, she makes his life a living hell for a week, a month, or whatever it is. He does what he does to make it up to her and let her know it didn't mean anything. They forgive, like they say, you forgive but you don't forget. With women, it's always back there, just like with anyone else. They move on, continue in their marriage. It happens again, years later. Some will say that's enough. Others will just continue on in marriage because their focal point is keeping the family together and making sure that the family and the children are also well educated and financially capable to take care of their own families. To pass that those financial resources down the lineage, down to genealogy. That's how mature women think. Just like mature men would think the same. So, you take that same very scenario. Take a 25-year-old married to a little older man, whatever, 30, 35, whatever it may be. He's struggling. He's working at a fast food joint. Doesn't have much. Struggling to put food on the table. He goes out and cheat. She finds out about it. She's out the door. And you know why she's out the door quicker now than before? 9 times out of 10, a lot of ladies always had it in their heads to find a way out when they're in a relationship that is struggling financially. When they're with a man that is not able to provide decently financially. So their first thought process is, okay, he cheated, that's my way out. So it's not on me, it's on him. Let me break this off and go find another and hopefully find someone who has something to him. That's the way that it works. That is the exact way that it works with women. Like I said, you could tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm mistaken, but that's how I believe that it works. And I'm not saying it's 100% of the time on either end. There's an exception to every single rule in life. No matter what it is, no matter the situation, there's always an exception to the rule. So, with that being said, you gotta figure it out. Which one are you? Are you either or do both situations apply to you as an individual? Let me know. Let me know in the comments or let me know on screen. Does the same apply to you? Are you that type of woman? You will stay with a man after infidelity as long as he's financially well off. But if he's not financially well off, you'll be going in a heartbeat. Is that you? Let me know. Let me find something. All right. I'm looking up something right now. Statistics. Okay. There's a couple sites. Right now, I'm looking at, what is this one called? Hackspirit.com. According to this census, this is worldwide. I'm not even going to do like in one country versus another country. This is worldwide. So according to statistics, 20% of men cheat or admitted to cheating. 20%. So 20% is 1 out of every 5 men. So 1 out of every 5 men is said to cheat in their relationships. Some might say more, some might say less. I'm guessing the ladies would definitely say more. Definitely they would say more. But according to statistics, 20% of men cheat. Now, according to the very same statistics, 13% of women cheat, which is more than half of the men. So as we're sitting here discussing this, we're talking about infidelity. We could talk about it on both sides. But as stated, 20% of men statistically cheat and 13% of women. So it's not like women are in the clear, like they, they're not susceptible to the same thing that men do. But like I said, when women do it, it's for different reasons, different purposes. Some may say that, oh, I'm being ignored, don't feel the same, things ain't the same, they're not the same, we grew apart. You hear a million different reasonings. With a man, it's normally the same story. Oh, she looked good and I knew I can get it. That's usually what it falls down to. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's right. Some men have self-control where, they could deviate from that type of pattern behavior. Some men, it's harder for them when they're younger and easier for them when they're older. When you go through life, you go through certain things, you see life differently, you do different things, you live differently. I don't know what this means. Okay. Not yet. Not you, not yet. So, what do you think? What do you think? We know who cheat more. That's not the discussion. Both men and women cheat, but as I said, for different reasoning. When women cheat, it seems like, ladies, y'all support one another. Y'all will excuse. Y'all will say, well, maybe it wasn't this. Maybe he wasn't giving her any sex. Maybe he wasn't around. Maybe he wasn't the same. Maybe he was this. Maybe he was that. But when it comes to men, it's like there's no excuse for it. So y'all got to figure this out. Because it's us, especially us, as far as black, whether African or African American, we're the ones that's suffering from lack of marriages. A lot of women say that they can't find suitable men. Well, that's why this is here, to get you out there so suitable men can find you. You can't find a suitable man sitting around in your home or sitting in the shop all day down the street from your house, working 12, 13 hours a day. It's going to be pretty hard to find a suitable man. You definitely can't find them in these so-called churches. If you think you're going to find a suitable man in what you call a church today, you can forget about that. I mean, that's showing itself to be the last place you need to go to find a suitable man. Like I said, these are my thoughts from my own eyes and experience. So if it's different for you, let me know and let me know why. But this is what it is. So any other way, I don't see it. So hang on, what? All right. Yeah, I see you. All right. What's up too? Also, She keeps sending the same message over and over. Let me see. You're sending the same message a million times over and over. Are you trying to tell me something or what? Yeah, I don't know. No, I didn't even know I could do that with the screen. Oh, yep. All right. So I don't know. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out together. All right. I'm going to bring someone up. If nobody's ready, I'm going to bring her up, but we're going to hold tight before I bring her up, because she's been here before. So we're going to take a minute break, and if not, she's going to get on. So let's give it a few minutes and see what happens. All right. No, 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 no. Not that. Not that at all. What's she talking about? All right, let's clear this out. I'm trying to figure out how to clear this whole thing out, so we can figure out what's going on.
Hi.
Yeah, what's up? You know, we had a guest. I put you on just now because I keep getting a message that it's having trouble sending requests. So I don't know what's going on with the requests.
Mm,
So I don't know. So hopefully we can figure it out before we're done here. If not, oh well. Yeah, gotta
okay.
keep growing them dreads. Gotta keep growing those dreads of yours.
I know, right? I'm so good in them. Okay, so
You know what?
you were talking
Hmm?
about cheating, right?
Say that again.
You were talking about cheating, men cheating.
Well, first of all, it's two ways that I look at it.
Mm,
Um, you know my thinking. When you're not married, you can't call it infidelity because you're not married.
right.
But when men do what they do, ladies call it cheating. But let's stick with that, cheating. So what I'm saying is that I think it depends on the man, what a woman would stand. Like I said, my whole thing is if these celebrities who get, women chase them all around, but they know what type of lifestyle they live. But they'd be the same women that says they're not going to take any cheating. But the minute the celebrities that they throw themselves at is willing to deal with them, all that goes out the door. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
And when it's like a wealthy man or a man with financial status, financial means, and they're with him, he got the house, the cars, they're living nice, and he goes out and do what he do. All of a sudden, cheating, that man going out and cheating becomes bearable for that lady. You won't like it, but it becomes bearable. But then you take a man who's working at McDonald's, who's making $7.25 an hour, barely getting full-time hours, taking a bus back and forth to work, don't have money to put for his own place, let alone to do anything for the girl. But when that man get caught cheating, that lady's out the door right then and there. You see the difference?
You should understand that, right? You should understand that when a guy is struggling to make ends meet, or he's now beginning from the bottom, and then you have a woman you can take care of, like you can give her all her needs at that particular time, and you're still cheating, that's some kind of insult to her.
You said it's an insult.
Yes, it's an insult. It's you can't even take care of it. You can't do what a man is supposed to do for now. So you don't even have that kind of right to cheat on her. Okay? But if the man is doing all that he can, like you have everything, like you said, he's capable financially to give you everything you never like. He's always providing. I'm not trying to justify that men cheat. No, I see your face.
I'm just saying, you sound like you headed in a direction that you're going to get the ladies mad at you, but go ahead.
Yes, I'm not trying to justify that, but at least he's providing. I'm not saying that we should be happy that you're providing, because I saw an interview with the same question, and the lady said as long as the man is giving her what she needs, whether he cheats or not, she doesn't care. I was like, what do you mean by that? It's his responsibility. That is his first priority, to take care of the house, to take care of the keys. So if he's doing that, it doesn't mean he's what do I call it? Like he's doing you some kind of favor by doing his responsibility. I'm not trying to justify that you should cheat, but at least even if you want to cheat, be able to be a man, like be capable of doing all that a real man is supposed to do, taking care of everything. And then maybe that is just like a flame, something that comes and passes away, not something that you continuously be doing it because you think you providing everything, you have the right to cheat. No, that's not what I'm saying.
See, okay, I hear everything you're saying, but this is where things get a little twisted for me, my understanding how y'all think. Because in 1 minute, y'all say all men cheat, but then when a man do cheat, it becomes like, oh, wow, how could you do this? You dig what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So which one is it? Is it all men cheat, or wow, he cheated? How could he do this to me? I mean, it got to be one or the other. You dig me?
You can't say all men cheat. You can't say that because you haven't tried all of them. Like you said in the other time that there are some men that can really control themselves. It's okay. It's part of life, or it's human for a man to just twist his neck and look at a fellow lady and say, wow, she's beautiful. It's human. That is something normal. But it doesn't mean you should go around chasing everything that you see, or whilst you have a wife at home. Remember, while you are there stretching your necks, looking at other women and saying, oh, they're nice, they're beautiful, someone will also look at your wife and say, wow, she's so beautiful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. I hear you.
Exactly.
But
So it doesn't give you. You want to say something?
listen, yeah, what I'm saying is, in order for a man to be productive, whereas he's better than the rest and have that Ego. You know, it takes a man a lot of ego to go out there and make something great of himself, right?
Yeah.
And with that ego comes a whole lot of things that men feel they need in order to keep that going. Men love to conquer. Conquering, when men conquer, I'm talking about the men who are above the rest. They want to conquer financially and physically. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this is what I'm trying to get women to understand. If you want that high income, high earning type of man, there's things that come with it. Men who are wealthy, it's you're going to find it very difficult to find wealthy men who have never stepped out. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can find men who are loyal, but most of them men are medium income or lower income. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're busy trying to get to, just take care of their means and make it to the next day. So you see what I'm saying? But when you're so ambitious as a man to go out there and conquer everything in front of you, that ego comes with it. When you see men throw parties or men entertain other men for business purposes or whatever it is, or even back in the day with kings, princes, and all that, what do they always surround them with? Beautiful women.
Yeah. Which is always their wives. Yeah. You know,
So
when
no, you're not getting a question.
I get
When
what
men
mostly
say
they
like
go.
say like there's two people doing business,
Mm-hmm.
two high wealthy people doing business. When they meet up and they want to entertain this person in order to get a business deal done, what do they usually surround them with?
All
Women.
right. Mm-hmm.
Because the presence of beautiful women entices men to think differently. Why? You think they do that just because? They do it for a reason, because we understand the psyche of a man. Another man understands the psyche of another man. So that's why, even in these rap videos, what do you always see? Bunch of beautiful girls.
Yeah, to attract others.
The girls attract the men, and the man in the video attract the girl.
Right.
So everything that is done by a man is normally done to get the acceptance of women. You get it?
I get it.
All right, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna see if we could get her on because she's been having trouble. So I'm gonna let you go and get back to you if I need you, all right?
Yeah. All right.
All right. All right. Looks like she already having network problems already. I keep accepting it, so I don't know what's the problem. I think she gotta hang up, rookie folks. So maybe that's what it is. It's one moment I get two people on at the same time, then the next minute doesn't allow. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. All right, man, we are already pushing close to an hour already. How time flies when you're having fun. This is fun, people. Oh, come on. I'm doing my best to get you. I'm seeing a request come in. So every time I click it, it's going back to request again. Let's see if it works this time. All right, she just sent me a message saying her network is poor. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to get her on today. Yeah, she's saying she's trying to connect. It's still poor. So, all right. Yeah, she's trying, I guess. All right. Let's finish what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know how West Africa is with the internet. But
Yeah,
Normally at night is better to get on at night than it is in the daytime. So
yeah.
shouldn't have too much network issues, but no, that's on them. Hopefully she could get on tomorrow, but I think we got a few people coming on tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, as I was saying, let's stick with this right here. Because if even I'm really trying to work with her, but
She's trying to get in.
yeah, she's trying over and over and over and over. So I'm not sure what I can do. I mean, it's accepting. I keep seeing a request come in every split second. But all right. So here we go. Here we got you on. Are you there?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right. We got to see you on screen. Gonna have to see you on screen. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Still got a network issue.
Hi. Is she from Nigeria or Ghana?
I don't know. Even Ghana or Nigeria. One of the two. I just know it's West Africa.
You
Trying
know,
to find out who your sister or your cousin.
you know, most women say that when I get married and my husband is cheating on me, I will just divorce him and all that. It's easy to say that, but once you get there, you have kids, and he does that, you it's difficult for you to leave. But because you have to consider your kids, you have to look at where you guys came from, the journey so far and all that, just for you to lose your, you know, some women always say that why would you just leave your home for another woman, for
Yeah,
another.
vice versa. So, but a man leaving for another woman is a different scenario because that man could go along and still build a whole new family and keep his wealth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when a woman does it, it's like not only does she lose the financial resources of that man, now she got to fend for her own for everything. And now you have to put your trust into someone else in order to have someone there for you.
So
And coming up,
that why
yeah.
is that why that why men cheat like that? Because
First,
when she leaves, she has
so
to live on her own and
you
all.
tell me which one is it. First, y'all ladies say all men cheat. Now you ask me, oh, is that why they cheat?
You men don't even have a reason to cheat. No matter
But I gave you a reason. I
no
gave you men
matter
are egotistical,
no
are
matter what.
very egotistical. So men are. I said this. We can always look at history. History always tells us about ourselves more than anything. History shows us what? That since the beginning of time, men have always had way more than one wife and many concubines, more than one woman. Men since the beginning of time have had that. When the Bible spoke about Cain what? Took his sisters and intermarried with them. It wasn't just one, it was many of them. This was since the beginning of time. This is how man was made. Man was made to reproduce the earth. You can't reproduce with just one person. You can't reproduce the earth with just one person. Imagine what the world would be if it was what is it? One-on-one, or what's the word? Not polygamous, but I can't believe I'm forgetting the word. Monogamy. If it was a such thing as monogamy in the earlier days, the earth would have never been populated in the first place. If you didn't know, maybe I believe that it's like only 40% of men actually reproduce. So that means 60% of other men are not reproducing. So where do you think all the kids come from? That's why the men who do reproduce normally have way more than one child.
That was then. That was in the olden days. Now,
I'm talking about now. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about now. Only 40% are the ones who are reproducing on the earth.
You're trying to tell me they have every reason to go out and make kids.
Make kids, build legacies, leave legacies and all that.
You want, listen,
all right.
You have a wife and you want to be going around sleeping with anything you see, just make them your wife. Have that understanding with your wife. Oh, I want another wife. That is okay. So that she will know that, all right, I'm not the only one getting married to you. We are 2 or 3, just like the Muslims do. But you can't put her at home and then you will just be roaming about unzipping your pants like that.
See, that's not what we're talking about here. We're not even talking about that type of lifestyle. See, you got it twisted.
It's all part of cheating.
Yeah, but you're talking about a pattern of behavior. I'm not talking about a pattern of behavior. I'm talking about a man decides to step out because he wants to sow his oats elsewhere for a monetary time. See what I'm saying? I'm not talking about a man who just goes out and sleep with every single thing he can sleep with. I'm talking about a man who has his wife, has his children, has his home, say, well, I'm going to continue to keep what I have over here, but I'm going to go over here and feed my ego, feed my desires. But my home is my home. My wife is my wife. That's what counts. And this over there, it stays there, and it doesn't have anything to do with what I do here. You see what I'm saying about men with financial means to do things like this?
Yeah, for that is very common. Everyone knows that. Once you marry,
you know that. But
he has a lot of financial resources like that. You should know you're not alone. He's surely gonna be roaming about.
But what matters is there's 2 types of men who do that. There's type of men who, well, I should say 3. The first one, once again, going back to that lower class of people who, because they don't have anything, or even those who do, but it's by means not. Some people get money and are not very talented, or not very educated. They're the ones who go out there and do that and lay with any and everything they can. Men who are producers and productive and builders, yeah, they know to keep their home straight. They know to take care of home first. So what they do on the outside, they never allow it to affect home. You get me?
Yeah, yeah.
All men at some point are going to do what they're going to do regardless. It's just how they do it. Then you have the other type of men who go out, do what they do, get emotional over it, and then get attached to that individual, let it affect their home, destroy their home, and find themselves with another woman.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different ways of doing it. When I'm asking females, which one would you accept? Because you're going to have to accept one or the other.
Because it's really
good. Yeah, you're going to have to accept one or the other. So pick and choose.
Well,
you get me?
You know, most women always say that if you cheat, at least have the respect and decency not to bring it at home. So I think that's the second option, right?
That's the second one. That was second option.
Yeah, he goes out, and those kind of people also don't have many girlfriends. They just have one.
That's what I'm saying. They will have one at a time, but they know that their heart and their emotions not attached to it. That shit, they just do what they do because I got to feed my ego. I'm a man. This is how men are. This is how men think. Like I said, y'all ladies say all men cheat. So if all men cheat, choose which cheater do you want.
It makes
you get me?
No option. They're all the same. So you have to.
No, they're not all the same. Because the 2 will destroy you. 2 out of the 3 will destroy you. You see? The more money a man makes, the more likely that he's always going to have something. The lower, and this is funny, this is where it gets real ironic. This is where the irony is. The less money that a man makes, the more women he goes to sleep with. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Men who earn little sleep with a lot of different women
Mm-hmm.
because that's their only way that they can feed their ego to make them feel like a man because their financial status don't allow them to feel like a man. So in order to feel like a man or have the resemblance of a man, they go out and find as many women that will have them and lay with them, and it makes them feel at least strong. Even though it's a facade, but this is how men think. And that's why I'm here. I'm telling you and giving you the example of how men think. Now, when men make a good amount of money, they no longer need that to make them feel like a man. You get me? But they still going to be a man. They're still going to be what God created us as. Men are created to be polygamous. That's just the nature of all men that were created by God. Women were, I'm just saying what they were created as. I'm not saying what it is, individual situations. Women were created to be monogamous with men. That's why even when men had concubines, the concubines were never allowed to lay with any other man, even though that man couldn't stay and sleep with them. He will always be with his wife and his wife alone. They were just there for the man to have sexual intercourse with, have children so the concubines can have children, and then they can also financially provide for them, where in other ways they would not be able to be provided for. So now today, if you look at the continent of Africa, I'm going to go to the U.S. of Africa. In Africa, the women are 10 to 1 to men. In the United States, they're 8 to 1. That means worldwide, there are 10 times more women that exist on this earth than there are men.
Yeah.
So if every man, say like if every man was straight, not gay, not in prison, none of that. If I could be some type of magical superhero and snap my finger or lay down my staff and all these things happen and every man walking this earth decided to take a wife, that still wouldn't leave 90% of women without a husband and without anyone to provide for them.
You're right about that.
You see? So this goes back to Black America. If Black America want to survive, they're going to have to think differently because there's too many broken homes. There are too many people running around here as single mothers. There are too many kids growing up without a father because these women say, oh, he cheated, so I'm out. And when they do that, you notice when they say, I left my husband because he cheated, by the time you see them on these shows, they're 40, 45, 50 years old. They're in their 40s, they're in their 50s, and haven't done anything with themselves since. And now they don't know what they're going to do for the rest of their life. They don't know how they're going to survive after 65, of retirement age. You see, the decisions we make are really going to affect us in our end days. And if you don't want to be somebody out there struggling at 60, 70 years old with nobody to take care of you because your kids ain't guaranteed to do it, you can't depend on that. You don't even know. Situations happen. People leave this earth every single day.
Right.
So that's why I say that, in my belief, cheating should not be a deal breaker, but it's what. All right, that's Instagram being Instagram. I don't get why they only allow 1 hour. So, thought with the business count, I'm supposed to get 4 hours. So I got to go recheck that and see what it is. This is crazy. We want to be able to do at least 2 straight hours, at least have the option to. So let's get y'all back on, everybody back in the chat room again, and get this going. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, like I said, that's Instagram. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Seriously. But they get on my nerves. So, see if I can do something about it maybe in a day or two. Let me see what's this. All right. Let me, all right. As we were saying, so we just put this up on our YouTube replay because it cut off and cut everybody out the group chat or whatever. So let's finish up though. But as I was saying, Everybody's going to have to decipher to choose one of the three. We understand when a woman cheats, most men are just going to walk away because we know what it entails. Men are logical thinkers. We understand a lot of things. Women, y'all just go off what y'all feel. Y'all feel one thing this hour, that's how you act. Y'all feel something else the next hour, y'all act off that. We are more even keel, where we continue to remain the same for most, and most instances. You get me?
Yeah.
So, and we're going to continue with this conversation throughout the week. So this is the theme of the work week. Is cheating a deal breaker? If so, why? So that's going to be the theme of the week. But hopefully we get some good connections tomorrow. People fix their network. And I know it's tough coming from Africa, getting on here. And because we got that 5G, baby. We got that 5G network.
Yeah.
Understand?
I
If
think
you
we
ain't got that 5G.
now 4 years is 4.
Yeah. So y'all working with that y'all working with that outdatedness, baby. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta come over here. Y'all wanna get that real 5G, you know what I mean? Go ahead. I'm gonna swing that, you know what I mean, 5G tree right here, right quick. Yeah, I got that here. I got that tree right here. So, you know what I mean, come get that 5G. But anyway, so yeah, man. So these women continue to break their homes. They find themselves alone. And by the time they went through 10 years of marriage, they left their husband because of infidelity. Now they got kids. They're 35, 40, 45 years old. No man wants them. They sleep with them. And then by the time they realize that all these men are doing is sleeping with me, and I'm at an age that it's very difficult to get anybody to be with me for the rest of their life, they look back and realize and say, you know what? They might not admit it, but I guarantee they always look back and think, damn, I wish I would have stayed. I can't. What you doing with the phone? I can't. Come on now, bring the phone down.
Yeah, I know. I did that intentionally. My baby is
Mm. Huh?
my baby.
Oh, okay. Got you. The breastfeeding mode. All right, yeah. We don't want to put that on.
But
I mean,
you can't just say that it's the women who are breaking up their home when it's the man going around and sleeping. I get it. I get it that you said since all men cheat, you have no option than to choose which one fits you, which one is gonna be better for you.
you do
But
have the option to choose. It determines the type of man you choose. That's how you choose. If you
exactly.
want to choose the Pookies and Ray Rays and Negroes hanging on the corners and all that, you know which one you got.
You know that no one wants to share what they love, what is so personal to them. It's very difficult. And women are so
Yo,
emotional that you should know. If you
because
are
y'all
cheating,
love with your hearts. We love with our mind.
yeah, if you can't,
Men don't love with their hearts. That's what women don't want to understand. Y'all want us to think like you and be like y'all. Y'all want us to be like, oh, my darling soul. I love thee the way that I love thee. Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3. For she is the rose. She's the
you
redness to my heart.
know,
What
like
would Madrid said in the thing? She's the sugar to my tea. She's the sun to my shine.
the mosquito in my neck.
Yeah.
You
But
know, if you cheat, even if you are with one woman outside your marriage, have the decency and the respect for your wife not to know. If you can't zip up, that is the only thing. But once she knew about it, you should know she's not going to keep quiet. She's not going to be able to endure that kind of pain, having the mindset that, oh, I'm sharing my husband with someone outside. You understand me?
I understand, but it's different levels to that because this is from experience. This is from knowing. There are women who be willing to marry you and say, yes, you can have only 2 more wives. Some will say you can only have 1 extra wife, or some will say you can't have a wife, but you can have a concubine. Like there are options there, especially when a man is willing to marry a woman from Africa. All them options exist. You could choose either one of them. So that's not true what you're saying. It's true if you choose that. But men marrying women in Africa have the option to choose from either or. You see?
So you, okay, I get it. I get it, but it takes maturity. You know, it takes really, really a mature person to be able to endure that.
All right. But let me see this though. This used to be normalcy. When did this stop being normalcy and it became called cheating? No, seriously.
Since one man, one wife began. That's it. So as long as you step out, it means cheating.
When did this become cheating? Because as a believer, this was a normal behavior pattern for all men. Even outside of the Bible, even outside of the people of Scripture, this existed all over the world. So this was normal to women. So they didn't look at it like, oh, I mean, you think Sarah wasn't upset that she had to give Hagar to Abraham?
But that was
She
because
was jealous. It showed that she was jealous, but she understood her place, and she understood that her husband was a man.
okay. You always find a way to justify it.
It's not about justifying, it's about telling the truth. It's about telling the truth in these matters. How about, let's just say, is it even truth or not truth? So that's what it is. I'm going to treat you like a guest right now, because at the end of the day, I'm going to ask the same question. So at the end of our discussion, is cheating a deal breaker for you? Yes or no? You my guest.
Not. Can I explain it?
Huh?
It's not. It's not once you have kids and they're
No,
both.
don't say it's not what you add. We're not adding stuff on. It's a yes or no.
It's not a deal breaker for me. That is
All right.
only
See,
when kids are involved. But when kids are not involved and it's just you and I, it is a deal breaker for me.
that don't make much sense though. But I mean, it makes sense, but I'm just saying that, see me, I don't believe that. Whether it's kids involved or not, when women say what you're saying, I don't think it matters. Let me ask you this. Some women will agree with what you're saying, but if DeVito ran up on them today, say, hey, I want to marry you, bring you to my mansion and buy you a Lamborghini and buy you everything you want, then go out and cheat. They don't have no kids. You're going to say, oh, DeVito, you done cheated on me. I'm out the door. Is that going to happen? Is that likely to happen? Yes or no? Is that likely to happen? Yes or no?
I wouldn't say because I can't. That is the same as
You
having.
see? You see how y'all say one thing, but in actuality, it's totally different?
Oh my goodness.
See? But yeah, this is, like I said, man, this is our first episode for the week. We're going to deal with this thing all the way through Saturday. The show starts at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. on Saturdays. So you guys catch it live. We're going to see if we can get our guests back tomorrow because, like I said, both of them have been having trouble getting on or whatever. And that means we might wind up having to have 3 or 4 guests tomorrow. So let's see how things work out. But we're going to cut this short and because I want to keep this going for the rest of the week. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back here tomorrow. I want you to like, subscribe, and share. And get these numbers up so we got a lot in store for you. We got a whole lot in store for you, but we're going to need you guys to get the numbers up. We're going to need you guys to become subscribers here on Instagram and also YouTube. It's very important that you subscribe to YouTube and go through our replays on there and continue to share our content, man. Like I said, we got a lot of things coming. We got a lot of great ideas, so stick with us. And this will be the best thing that's rocking in 2022. I guarantee you that. All right. Thank you for your time, baby. Glad you filled in since they was having a lot of network issues. Like I said, I'm going to go to 2 to 4 tomorrow. And that way, the law of average kicks in that somebody network will start working. And your network even having problems. I keep seeing it freeze off and on. All right. I'm going to let you go. All right. So get out of here.
All right.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, it went a little differently, but we still got a good one in, good discussion with the wife and all. So definitely let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. Share this on YouTube, Facebook, sub here, and continue to share this and talk about this show. All right, we're going to get out of here. Love you guys. Peace.